gang, welcome to Blood, Sweat and Pears, episode 15 of your proper village vodcast, brought to you by the gorgeous folk at the Lamb and Flag pub in Worcester. I'm Jim Dale, he's Sam Rhymes. Busy week of cricket, mate. How are you going? You're still alive?
We're good. I can't believe we're 15 in of these wonderful little things that they are, that we're producing. But yeah, busy. I can't complain about being busy, can I, with what's going on in your life at the minute? So
well, here's the thing, gang. Like, we're now well overdue. Still no sign of the baby. I'm now getting suspicious the wife's just bunged a pillow up her
She's
jumper,
stubborn, isn't
and she just
this
wants
one?
a year off work.
Yeah.
That can't be it.
Quite
no.
smart.
Still no baby. This is daft. Still phone on the desk, just in case. Usual nonsense. Look, speaking of usual nonsense, you know what you're going to get from us, gang. It's going to be results, tables, Mr. Brightsider for someone who's had a rubbish time of things, courtesy of our good friends at Westerns. We've got a clubby with us as well. And I suppose we'd better bring him in. He's charming, he's funny, he's handsome, talented, eloquent, articulate, an intellectual powerhouse, traditionally masculine. He makes you feel safe. He's my boss, Simon Trickett. Hello, Simon. How are you?
Jim, what an introduction. It must be appraisal season. You're after a good score, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah. We do that for everyone, Simon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Very kind.
Right, okay, you know the show. So what we like to do is to get a better understanding of who you are in the world of club cricket. So you're from Kidderminster Cricket Club. Can I have your job role, please, sir?
I am the temporary, reluctant fourth team captain this year, simply because nobody else would do it. This is my 29th season in the Worcester League. Played for Kidderminster for all of those. I must have been captain for, 10, 12 of those. But I really don't want to do it anymore, Jim. But there's nobody else, so I am reluctantly
this
fitting
feels
in
like
this year.
It feels like an on-air resignation.
Well,
We had some last week almost.
yeah, so maybe people could email in if they'd like to be the new fourth team captain.
If you'd like to be the new Kidderminster
welcome.
fourth team captain, email us at media@wccc.co.uk. Okay, I'm 29 years, that's a good run, isn't it?
It's decent, it is decent. And you get to a point, you think, right, it must be time to stop playing. And you think, well, I'll keep going for a bit. Maybe one more year. Most cricketers, most listeners all know, you get to September and you think, oh, I've probably had enough now. Put the bag in the loft. Forget about it for months and months. It's probably at least the end of March before I'll even think about cricket. And by that time it comes around, you think, oh, yeah, I'm a bit bored of football now. Fancy a bit of a game of cricket, a bit of fresh air. Why not? And one more season carries on. So.
One net session. I'll just turn up for nets just to see the lads.
Yeah.
And a one.
I don't turn up for nets, Jim. You don't need to practice. I'll turn up for the first game of the season.
Yeah, that's
freshly out of the loft, and so there we go. Right, okay.
14 culture.
Who are we playing today?
I'm into it.
Yeah.
A one club man as well.
One club man. I live in Starport actually. I live literally 200 yards from Starport Cricket Club, but my best mate got me to Kidderminster in the mid-90s, and I just have stayed there really. I just enjoyed it, know everybody. You become part of the furniture as well, people like me. When you play for a long time, there's kids in the first team that I played with in the fourth team. There's kids who've kind of played everywhere throughout and retired who I played with in the fourth team. So you just kind of keep going, don't you? I'm certainly keen to carry on for another year or two, maybe. We'll see.
Ideally as vice captain.
Or just non-captaining player, just turning up would be absolutely perfect.
Dream world.
Okay, so cricket hero. Who's your guy? Or girl?
I've listened to a few of your podcasts, and that you have a much younger clubby, don't you? So all the cricket heroes are much more modern.
Yeah,
I'll be going. You know them. You've heard of them.
I know this, I presume.
Well, I'll be bringing in the 80s. You see, so I was 7 in 1981. Sat at home, glued to the telly, watching Ian Botham rip through the Aussies at Edgbaston, smash the ball all around at Headingley and Old Trafford. That was the guy. He was the guy, and he of course came to play here, didn't he, in the mid-80s? And I came here to watch him a few times as well. So 100% Lord Botham, to give him his proper title.
Lord Beefy.
I would just give a shout out to Graham Hick again for listeners of a vintage. Graham Hick during the 90s, the early 2000s, watching him bat here effortlessly with just so much talent. Nobody could say he wasn't a hero as well at the time. I think we were really lucky. He played for Kidderminster actually as well. Graham Hick did when he first came to the UK as an overseas player. So yeah, Lord Botham and Graham Hick, if you'll permit me to.
I mean, you can have two. I mean, that's royalty, isn't it?
As well, isn't it?
Botham's Ashes in 81. So I grew up in the 80s, and my dad had the VHS video, and we used to watch it. Him and Bob Willis. Between the two of them that year.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable. Okay, it's solid stuff. So
Great stuff.
in the world of clubby cricket, What's your favourite moment? And it can be a team moment, it can be individual glory. In the 29 years, there must be a few knocks.
Got a few to
Yeah, I was thinking about this because you mentioned it. I'm quite a modest cricketer with limited ability, but I've done okay over the year at my level. I would probably go back. My favourite moment, we turned up in, I think it was 2012. We turned up to play Bewdley with 8 players, a scratch team, just trying to fulfil the fixture. Similar year to this year, struggling for players. We batted. I think I got 110 out of 150 all out. I took 2 decent catches. I bowled as well, Jim, and I don't bowl. And I got 2 wickets as well. My only 2 wickets of my Worcester League career. So that probably would have to be my highlight. The irony, they always do a Player of the Week at Kidderminster across the 4 teams. I didn't even win Player of the Week for that performance. Some kind of oversight. I was trying to appeal to the committee and everything. It's just unbelievable. But
80% of the runs, 20% of the wickets, or something like that.
And a couple of catches. And I thought, well, to be honest, it's downhill all the way from there. Isn't it? And I never have gone anywhere near that. No. Never taken another. Never bowled again actually since. But 8 players forces you to do things that you probably otherwise wouldn't do.
That's a man who says, "I'll take responsibility today." There's strong Seb Sukup vibes there, wasn't there?
No choice. Is there
like it, and I know, Simon, I've done my homework. You've made some big hundreds, and I like the fact you picked that one because you've made some daddy hundreds in your time.
Yeah,
So,
I've made a
being
few
too modest,
hundreds. Yeah, I always find I've got about 1400s, I think, and you get to 100, and I'm usually quite tired then, and people will recognise this. You think, right, okay, I don't mind getting out now. I'm knackered. I'll just give it a whack. Yeah. And you keep whacking it, and if they don't catch it or it doesn't go to a fielder, it keeps going to the boundary, doesn't it? So that certainly helps. I've got a few over 150. I did get 197 once as well at Kempsey. And again, just exhausted out of my feet. I think on that one I was out in the last over trying to hoik the off spinner over cow. But literally, I'm not sure my arms would even work to get through when I was bowled. But I have got a few bigger hundreds, I guess, simply because of tiredness and just wanted to get out, really.
Wow. I wouldn't be that nice about it if I'd got 1400s and 197. Everyone would know about it. Everywhere.
Never gotten close to 100 in my life. That's dreamy stuff in my world. Right, lovely stuff, Simon. Good to have you. As you know, gang, we go from the elites down to the grassroots, and we like to start our roundup of the week with the professionals. So we'll start with the men's rapids. Glamorgan here at Visit Worcestershire New Road. Yep. The Rob Jones Appreciation Society out in full force. Yeah. Could there be a more popular centurion than that man on Friday?
I don't think so, no. And I said to you just beforehand, I think we both had the same sort of Jonesy, I was so happy for him. I think he scored a ton when he was on loan a couple of years ago at Northants, and then scored one again. It was just really well paced. He said he'd netted well for a couple of days, coming to the side, haven't been injured. It all came together really nicely, and actually it played a really, really important part of a big run chase as well.
Yeah, impressive win, that one. It was a bit touch and go. Then on to Leicester on Sunday, which was, let's face it, daft. It was unnecessary. I'm calling it now. Stop making me sweat over these things. The game was won 3 times over, and Ben Mike on one leg still went nuts.
Yes, it was like kamikaze thing. You have a runner at one end, you're trying to work out, umpire's trying to work out who's who and what's doing what, yes, no, wait. And then he scored 30-40, and you thought, okay, we're going to get 1 wicket and this will be done in a minute. And then he scored 70 off 40, and fortunately we got the job done, but God, it was nervous towards the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, another shout out. Rob Jones batted beautifully when it was necessary, and Dolly's good campaign in the 50 over stuff continues.
Arguably the nicest man in cricket, I think. He's such a good bloke. He's averaging 51.14 approximately. I don't know exactly.
Is that roughly 51.14?
About half an hour ago. Yeah. But he's going really well, top of the order. So things are looking good, and we're well set for potentially, could be a quarter final, could be a semi final. It could be nothing. It could be. We'll see.
If you don't know what the situation is with that, gang, we'll get to contractual obligations in a bit. But it's going to be a mess. I'm going to Forrest Gump my way through that, but we'll get through it. I'll try and flog you stuff. One last mention. Dan Latigan, love this kid. At the top of the order.
He is a very enterprising, attractive young man. I'm talking about his cricket, not his aesthetics. He's seriously one to. You can see why everyone wanted to lock him down early on. He's 19 and got him a 3-year deal. He's got a real bright future, as you were saying earlier.
I was saying because Dan's been at Kidderminster. He was that came over last year. I think he was living and going to school somewhere in Sussex and was moving to Worcestershire because he had interest from Worcestershire. Came to Kidderminster last year, had a really good year, but he's really kind of taken off this year. You watch him bat and you think He's just got a presence at the crease, you know, when you have that natural confidence, stands tall, got an open stance, really goes after the bowlers, but with a good technique as well. He's pretty sound as well. Good fielder, bowls a bit of off spin. Genuinely good guy as well, as you said. Sam, really nice lad. Great around the club, great with the younger players. Yeah, we're really lucky to find him, actually.
It's a good bit of recruitment. You think about, I mean, Ethan Brooks, he's only 24. You've got
Isaac
Mohammed, who's like 12, and he's an absolute monster. Future's bright, gang. This is looking all right.
Absolutely.
The Women's Rapids, we were recording on a bank holiday. You're all off work, binge drinking in the pub, having barbecues and living your life. We're here grafting, gang. We do that for you. But the Women's Rapids are also grafting. They're taking on Glamorgan at the moment. I'll be honest with you, it's not going hugely well. Rolled in the first innings for 116. Claire Boycott carried her bat. Does what she does. Scores runs.
She continues, doesn't she? Unfortunately, the other girls didn't quite get going, and she was lacking a few partnerships here and there. But stranger things have happened at sea. 22 without lost Glamorgan. A couple quick wickets could change things, and we'll remain optimistic, won't we, Jim?
I like it. Positive energy, positive vibes. The Women's Rapids actually, they've gone well in this competition. There are some big hitters in the league that they're in. Yorkshire most notably, as we've seen. But Glamorgan, one of the better sides in that group, and they're showing it today. So, where the pros meet the amateurs, the Birmingham League, Samwise, what are we saying?
Yeah, there's a nice crossover in the Birmingham League. In the Prem Division 1, Smethwick, they've opened up their lead at the Summit, 167 run thumping over Wolverhampton, cement their credentials as league favourites for a second year in succession. You kind of feel it's theirs to lose from this point onwards. Moseley went down by 5 wickets, Ombersley won by 3 wickets against Berkswell. Barnt Green overcame Himley by 62 runs thanks to a captain's knock of 132 from Arminder Brar, and Hales Owen brushed the side Nolan Dorridge, another 2 that have been touching going at the top of that league all season. They won by 97 runs when 4th beat 3rd. And the last game in the Birmingham Prem 1 was a thriller between Barnards Green and Harborne. Ben Langdale, I watched this on, you get the clips and scorecards where you can see some of the stuff that was happening. The last over, they needed 3 to win. Barnards Green needed 3 to win, and he took a wicket with the penultimate ball of the game, I think it was. Bowled the last batter. Harborne won by 3 runs. So yeah, I know we like things when they get a bit tight.
Hey, look, that's clutch, isn't it?
It was unreal.
Your nerves go, you bowl a long hop, you're in trouble, aren't you?
He's a spinner as well. I thought even more impressive, given the ball. So yeah, no, really good. I enjoyed watching that. And then in Div 2, it was a ton from JS Johar. Wasn't enough to prevent Stourbridge from falling to a 19-run defeat to Handsworth, while mid-table Kidderminster suffered similar fate. They lost by 6 wickets to West Bromwich.
Yeah, good side West Bromwich, I think, from what the guys were saying. We were a bit lighter on Saturday, I think, in terms of team. There were a couple of guys from the seconds who were filling in, so we weren't at our strongest. Kidderminster have had a great run, really. We've had a really good couple of months. Several winning draws in a row, and then three wins in a row up to last Saturday. So they finished the season quite strongly. I'm hoping we're pretty safe now in mid-table.
8th or
somewhere around the middle. Good gap of 30 or 40 points to the relegation zone. We're playing today actually as well. It's Bank Holiday Monday. Playing Old Hill today, and then we'll just try and finish off the season and then consolidate a bit and look to go again. Got a quite a young team actually. Kidderminster first team. Liam Westham skipper, again really nice bloke. But he's assembled a team of guys in their late teens, early 20s, the majority of the team. So you can see them really growing and maturing together as they get confidence. And having people like Dan Latigan. Ben Gibbon has made a great contribution actually as well. He's played a lot for Kidderminster this year, probably a lot more than we were expecting him to be available. But we kind of seem to have turned him into a bit of an all-rounder. He got 85 not out on Saturday. He's batting in the top 6. Gaining confidence. It was great to see him get a shout yesterday. Actually, got called up. He hasn't really had a look in, I don't think, during the Metro series, which is why we've had the luxury of having him on a Saturday. But he got called up yesterday, didn't he? Got a couple of wickets at least up front, and delighted for him because again, another really nice bloke.
Well, this is the joy of doing this show. Is again connecting the pros to the amateurs, and getting an understanding of how the local leagues, the Worcestershire County leagues, feed the first team. And service the first team, and we're all for it.
I mean, that's a proper service, going from where do you play Kidderminster and then driving to Leicestershire and then taking the new ball at Leicestershire in a first class game or Leicester again the next day.
Mate, it's the modern world, isn't it? There are no days off.
There are no days off. We know that, don't we?
Yeah.
Bank holiday. Whatever next.
I know, mate. It's a tough old
Scandalous,
gig.
I know.
Hang in there. It's going to be okay. I can smell the cider from here, dude. It's going to be all right. What time is your tee off time? You playing golf this afternoon?
3:30.
3:30. Loads of time. No biggie, no worries. Right, into the Worcester League Premier Division. Let's start in Ombersley, as their twos welcome Stourport ones, and it was over before the 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Premier League. So those who are into football, you didn't miss nout. Ombo were rolled for just 96. Declan Lyons made 38 of them. Alfie Marston was the only other player to make it into double figures. Nikhil Jose did the damage with 6 for 23 with the ball. Ryan Derrick was disappointingly only 2 wickets in his bag. He normally gets 712, doesn't he?
Double D.
Ex-Kidminster Ryan Derrick.
Is it really?
His dad played for Kiddie for years and years and years. Ryan came through the Kiddie youth setup. I remember going to pick him up actually when he was must have been about 11, to come and play his first game on a Saturday. He's done really well. He's a legend at Stourport, isn't he? In the Worcester League.
So you live in Stourport, right?
I live
get
in
confused.
Stourport,
So
yeah.
does Ryan live in Stourport?
He does now, yeah. He used to
Does
live in
he?
Kidderminster. He lives in Stourport
Okay.
now, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, because it's the local club for local
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
Because like Ryan Derrick is
Yeah.
actually he's like an overseas player if he's from Kidderminster.
Outside the postcode.
Hey, look, learn something new every week. I love it. The runs were knocked off in under 19 overs. It was a 10-wicket win for the league leaders. Of course it was. If you thought 96 was a bad batting display, Pershore ones thought, hold my collective beer. They managed just 86 against Old Elizabethans. Taylor Pugh starred with the ball, taking 4 for 11 in 8 overs. Earlier on, Tom Goodwin hit an unbeaten century for Owies in a total of 223. That was a victory margin of 137 runs. Alex Milton's purple patch continues. He hit another unbeaten century as Bromsgrove amassed 328 for 3 against Worcester Nomads. His 102 score was matched by teammate Liam Ridings. Nomads battled hard on their way to 286 for 6. Sam Roberts made 82. Our boy Ollie Ransco made 56, but they came up 42 runs short. Right, shout out for game of the day. Chris Jones's Worcester CC.
Yes.
He was good fun last week, wasn't he?
What a bloke.
Oh, biscuit knees. I mean, by his own admission, I'm worried for that guy. Like, just
I
stop.
wonder how he was on Sunday after the run as well.
15 miles he could.
Yeah.
For charity. Go and check it out online. Go and find
Yeah.
Worcester CC's Facebook page. They got a Just Giving thing. Go and chuck some money Jones's way. He's a fine chap.
One of the game's good guys.
His side set Pedmore 311 to win, thanks to 142 not out from that man Finn Goodman. Regular
player.
name drop, isn't
Player.
he? There's a nod of approval from Trickett across the way.
Yeah.
You know, Finn?
I think I might have played against him in one of the when he was a junior in one of the Worcester lower teams. Yeah, he's a good player. I've seen him. When we've been playing at Worcester, I've seen him bat actually. He's a good player.
Bright future.
Absolutely. Well, Alex Millard betted him in the reply, making 156. Plenty around Millard got starts but couldn't go on. But with Patel and Millard putting on 54 for the 8th wicket, it guided Pedmore to 300. So Pedmore needed 12 runs from 10 balls with 3 wickets in hand. High drama. In a high run chase, you fancy the batting side, don't you?
Yeah.
Ellis Williamson dismissed both of them in the space of 3 balls. And the newly married Luke Deeprose, well, I assume he's married, we don't know for certain.
Yes, well, hopefully it went well.
The day after,
No jolts at the altar.
he bowled the final over for just 7 runs. Pedmore finished on 309 for 9, 2 runs shy.
No way.
2 runs in it. That's high drama.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Live for that stuff.
I need to know about Deep Rose if he did broke the record last. He needed 4 more wickets, didn't he?
Yeah, he only got 1.
Oh, quiet.
Yeah.
A few beers on Friday, probably.
Yeah, I did check.
Fair. I'm
So
glad.
the record is still intact for now. Taylor Pugh is in the wickets though.
Yes.
The guy he's looking to beat, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look at our knowledge.
It's like we talk about it every single week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like we do it for a living. Elsewhere, light
No,
recovered.
Jim, you work for the NHS.
Sorry,
remember?
yeah.
Just get this prioritisation order. This is a hobby.
True, that down for the
yeah,
appraisal, can't you?
yeah.
I have to.
Noted.
I've got Simon to sign a non-disclosure agreement, so no one at work finds out I also do this. Elsewhere, Lai recovered from 61 for 5 to post 238 against Aswood Bank. Raja Asad Razas top scored with 60. Spencer White and Jake Browning scored 40 odds in the reply, but the Bank never got close. Lost by 73 runs. Aswood Bank, tough season.
Up and down for them.
It's not that good.
More than down. More
Yeah.
down, sorry. Yeah.
And Redditch beat Barn Green 2s by 27 runs. Russ Southwick was the match's top scorer with 68. George Hall, Henry Marshall and Sahil Mahmood got forfers for their respective sides. So let's see what that says in the world of the Premier Division table. We know who's top. They have been for some time. Played 19, won 16, 384 points for Stourport on 7-1s. Bromsgrove in just behind them, 327, and Worcester first, 313. But that one feels like it's wrapped up. 3 games to go. And,
well, they're 57 points clear, aren't they, Jim? With 3 games to go, so it looks almost impossible to
this is
not get over the line.
It's
There's
like
maths, I can do maths.
I love it. It's more prepared than I am.
I think the bigger question is there's a whole load of pretty complicated playoffs, aren't they? It's a really hard league to get out of, to get into the Birmingham League. I think the winners of our league then go into playoffs with the winners of the Staffordshire, Shropshire and Warwickshire League. I know Old Hill took a couple of years to get through that. I think Stourport they certainly qualified for the playoffs one year, but I think there might have been some controversy about their eligibility in terms of how many junior teams they had. But can Stourport build on this likely title success? Can they get through the playoffs?
They've been super impressive because that Bromsgrove side with Jaden Levitt and Alex Milton, I mean, they are
and Liam
run
Ridings,
machines.
These are good players. They're really
so
good players.
you're absolutely right. I mean, the fun part's finding out, and the Worcester County League is proven to be strong. 384 points. Bromsgrove are very much in the what we'd call mathematically possible stage, but in reality,
in the inverted.
Yeah. So super impressive stuff from Stourport. The other end of things, not quite so clear. Worcester Nomads, as they have been for the large part of the season, bottom of the pile, 164 points. Pedmore, they're below the dotted line, 191, but there is hope yet because it is condensed just above them. So Redditch first, 200 points. Barnt Green, 204. OE's 210 and Lye, 217. They're not out of it either. So you fear for Nomads, but... that last spot is going to go right to the wire.
Yeah, they've got a bit of work to do when Nomads, haven't they? It might almost be a little too late. Perhaps they're almost a win away.
I think at this point it's about winning games of cricket when you're more than 25 points adrift and they just won 4 out of 19. Sorry, so you feel like they're in trouble. Yeah. But there's hope for Pedmore yet, despite that close defeat.
Keep on up. Division 1, equally as riveting. Brockhampton, they continued their strong recent run. They had a big 235 run win as they enjoyed a glorious day out against Colwell. And one of those in particular, Bullo, top scoring with 90 at the top of the card. Sam Johnston and AJ Hinkley also recording half centuries, and Colwell were bowled out for just 70 in response. A friend of the pod, Greg Layton, taking 3 for 23 in a very one-sided contest. 87 from Samuel Priest and 4 for 29 from the nutcase that's Charlie Greening from Hales Owen. Saw them get past Bartesley and Lugwardine by 46 runs. Barnard's Green, the lower order batters saved them. You're going to love this. On the way to a 46-run win against BTW. Number 8 and number 9, Ben Wheeler and Robert Wilson came together, scoring 42 and 63. They were 79 for 6 and they ended up on 260. So those boys put together a really, really healthy stand. And then Jack McIntosh Pfeiffer helped bowl out BTW for 211. We're not going to mention about Barnard Green skipper Elliot Henderson.
Okay, good. We won't. No.
Cool.
Okay, good lad. I just shout out to the lower order. I'm so into it. The momentum is so big, and as a fielding side that you've lost momentum, and all of a sudden you've got someone at number 9 who's making a 50 and looks like prime Steve Smith, and you can't get him out. And you feel like there's nothing you can do.
No, you can't get through it. How many times do you get to, say, 2 wickets to go, and it's just about waiting a matter of time, and it never seems to happen.
They'll make a mistake.
No.
Lovely stuff.
They're no mugs, these boys, I tell you. Damon Gareth choked big time. He was out for 92 for Bewdley. He helped his lot to a big 68-run win over Droitwich Spa. I give a shout out to James Perrott for his 81 red in the middle order for Bewdley at the same time, but close but no cigar for Damon. Hagley's total of 187 looks slightly light from the outset, and 102 not out from Hindley captain Matt Bowen proved exactly that in a pretty relaxed run chase where the winners only lost 2 wickets. And finally, another week and another team feeling the wrath of Netherton's middle order agent of chaos. Ashish.
Your boy.
Honestly, Bromyard turned to be Ashish this week. The gun belted 123 from 106. 12 fours and 7 sixes on his way as Netherton made 335, which eventually proved 83 too many for Bromyard. A very decent effort in reply, but a word for Abu Said, who was bowled out for 96 for Netherton in the first innings on that one.
Refusing to get 100.
Crazy week in Division 1.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, it's quality.
Hey, look, in amongst that, I mean, everyone gets a sheesh, don't they?
At some point, everyone's going to get it.
Bromyard, we know the season they've had, but I will say this for Bromyard first. You know, as we climb into the table, I'm starting at the bottom. Ton up. 100 points for Bromyard first. So more power to them. They are 98 points away from Barter Street and Lugwardine in 11th spot, so the writing is very much on the wall, but Barter Street and Lugwardine, Hales Owen, Hagley and Himley. It's an interesting one. It's a big win for Himley against Hagley. They've leapfrogged Hagley into 8th, which is important because it's just, let's see, 16 points separates 7th down to 11.
Yeah.
So even as far as Barnard's Green in 7th spot, they are not out of the relegation danger neither.
Nope.
At the top end, Brockhampton, as they have been for some time, top of the pack, 352 points, 13 wins. Bewdley also have 13 wins. Not quite so good when they don't win those. They're on 308 points, but they do have an 11-point advantage over Netherton firsts on 297.
Tight.
It's tight.
Tight.
So there we are. He's got to go and find somewhere to play.
Every single week, and I do generally wonder at what point would someone grab his signature to play. Like Levitt.
I know.
It's like,
we've seen a few players where it's almost every week they get a name drop.
Yeah.
But look, he might be like the cricketing equivalent of Lewis Zaha, where it only works at Crystal Palace. Maybe he's gone elsewhere and been rubbish. Maybe he just belongs there. And
you're on about Wilf. You're thinking Louis, former Everton striker, aren't you?
Louis Zaha.
Louis was
used to play up front for
United.
United.
You're on about Wilf, aren't you? There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on again. It's
Sorry.
It's all right. No.
If you're going to make unnecessary Premier League football references on a cricket show,
it's a good reference. It's a good reference.
It was right, wasn't it?
Because it did
rubbish at United, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah.
Anyway, where was I? Mucking this up. That's right. Let's. No. Look.
Div 2. You're on 2, aren't you?
Feedback is a gift, Sam, and I thank you.
That's all right.
Div 2.
It's been nice because you're
best behaviour I can see. Yeah.
Tell you what, that's scandalously unfair. It's borderline litigious, Sam. I'm a very gentle, kind creature. Right, Division 2. Let's start with our clubbies lot. Kiddie 2s. They got a good going over by Bell Broughton. The Bells made 290 first up. Matt Spells making 109 of them. Tricky bit here actually in that bowling performance, and I feel bad for bringing it up, Simon, but it's happening. 54 extras, including 47 wides, which you think Div 2. I know you're saying there were some players playing up.
Yeah, there were. Who was keeping wicket?
Well, let's blame the keeper. Yeah. I mean, the bowlers are spraying
Tom Sheriff, club treasurer, a similar club legend. I'll have to talk to Tom.
I hope the money is safer in his hands than the ball is.
Good job this is not going out live. My phone will be buzzing.
I'll say this: 54 extras, 47 of them wides. So I reckon.
Yeah.
Scorer's nightmare. Run out of room.
Well, more importantly, I bet they were still playing at kind of 9 o'clock at night with best part of 10 overs worth of extra wides.
Umpires got tired arms at this point. I just think it's a scarecrow. Anyway, Kiddie never got close. They lost wickets in clusters, the last 4 falling for just 5 runs, 156 all out. So a tricky time for Kiddie 2, Simon. Were there any bright spots? The threes have had a tricky time of it as well then.
Yeah.
So what's the vibe at the club at the moment?
I know, because I've been there a long time. There's a cycle. And you go in peaks and troughs, and we are in a bit of a trough at the moment. It's tough. We struggled a bit for player availability this year, lost a few people over the last couple of years. Not a great connection between the junior section and the senior sides, which is really important when you're going to run 4 teams. Your 3rd and 4th team really are your best juniors. Yeah. There's always been a great junior section at Kidderminster who produced some really good players. So we're in a bit of a trough at the moment, but there's a lot of good people, a lot who want to do the right thing. We've got a fantastic cricket all-star section, which you'll know. There can be 100, 150 kids at any one time in the all-star section. So my view is, I think we're might have to wait another couple of years for those 10, 11-year-olds to be 12, 13, 14. Yeah. And those are the children who'll form the basis then for kind of a 4th team, a 3rd team, and the better ones even a 2nd team. So we've just got to be patient and rely on that conveyor belt. But you've got to hang in there as well, haven't you? One of the things for a club like Kidderminster, first team in the Birmingham League Division 1, you've got to try and make sure there's not too big a gap. Yeah, so the 2nd team are in Division 2. It's really important. You're going to come onto the table later, but we're just above the relegation zone. Really important that we hang on. simply because somebody then who's coming out of our second team, who's done well, and we're saying, okay, go and play in the Birmingham League next week, you don't want there to be too big a gap.
No,
so the third team at Division 6, they're going to get relegated. So there's already a bit of a gap between the second and third. So you've got to try and consolidate to have the right level of progression between the standards, and
it's
which
a
is
good
important.
point. And actually, we've seen with a few clubs actually where all the teams have been struggling at the same time, and the thing is, you can't be good all the time.
Yeah.
So it's.
And Jim, similarly, you have seasons where they're all doing well. Maybe they all get relegated, and they actually all make hay the year after. And when you're doing well, player availability, you're leaving people out every week. You've got 60, 70 people to fill 44 slots. When you're losing, the teams are losing. People think, right, what should I play on Saturday? Should I go and have a game of golf? Or I've got a wedding to go to. Oh maybe I won't bother. And it's that kind of tipping point really between being available or not. So we've struggled because of that, and then the results haven't been great, and it just kind of tips people into no, I can't play next week, which obviously makes it worse. But you get to the end of August as well, and you think, roll on the winter and roll on, hang on in there, get to the end of the season, and then let's have a good think about what we're going to do, where we can find maybe 2 or 3 players for next year, what juniors have we got coming through, and you start all again.
That's the talk of a man who's coming back next year, no matter what. That's passionate, isn't it?
Enjoyed that.
He's in for the long haul. We got ourselves a lifer, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right, on to Coombs Wood. They keep winning.
Tell my wife.
I think she's
not
figured it out
by now. I think
I didn't tell her I was coming on this. Actually, maybe I should not tell her so she can't watch and then she can't say.
the traffic.
I thought you were going to.
What did you say you were doing instead?
Yeah, I'll pop into Worcester. Yeah.
I'm just popping into Worcester.
It's not a lie, in fairness.
Go and pick her up something nice on the way back.
Get some flowers.
Or if you want, I'll cut your hair for you and we can do that.
I could pretend I've been to the bar.
I've got no idea how to do that.
You are you've got no idea how to do a number of things, have you?
It's harsh but fair. It's nothing like being reviewed in real time. No one wants to see a middle-aged man cry, do they? Oh, it might be close. Right, on to Coombs Wood. I knew this was a good idea. Coombs Wood keep winning. They chased down Old Swinford's total of 160 for the loss of 5 wickets. Alex Ellsworth took a 5-foot and Dan Birch made 63 for the Wood in that one. Netherton kept up the pace as well with the league leaders. They beat Lie Twos by 54 runs. Asif Iqbal scored 72 and took 2 wickets, so a good day for him. Bromsgrove were also victorious, comfortably chasing down Alvechurch and Hotwood's score of 278 for 7. Dan Prothero and Ali Hickman hit half centuries in Bromsgrove's 6-wicket win. Jack Williams smashed 155 not out in a losing course for Alvechurch and Hotwood. Chaddesley Corbett are off the bottom thanks to a win against Breedon. They successfully defended 298. Saqib Ali scored 100 and Ed Bayliss took 4 wickets for Chaddesley. Hill and Sukup hit 60s for Breedon. And Aswood Bank 2s are now bottom of the pack after another defeat for them, this time against Rushwick. Matty Johnson made 50 for the Bank and a score of 194. That was surpassed just 4 wickets down as McWalter and Mobley hit half centuries for Rushwick. So, to the table, Bell Broughton, top of the pile, 313 points, a bit closer at the top this one. Coombs Wood in really good form actually, second half of the season. 10 wins for them, 282 runs, 2 points, sorry. And then Netherton, seconds, they're on 264 at this point. You feel Rushwick a little bit too far behind for the promotion push with just 3 games to go. At the other end of things, well, as I mentioned, Aswood Bank 2s. They slipped to the basement of the division. Chaddesley Corbett, who have been in recent nick. It's normally Adil Mirza who's doing the business with bat and ball for them. He had a quiet day, but they won nonetheless. They're on 183. Kidderminster 2s, as you say, Simon, just above the dotted line. They've also got 4 wins, 194 points. Lie on 196. Old Swinford, you feel, are probably safe at this point. So yeah, there's 4 teams really, and both relegation spots up for grabs. So a big end to the season for Kiddie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we'll need to have a look at the balance of the teams, I suspect, over the next few weeks to make sure that we're giving the second team as much chance as possible of picking up the points you need. I mean, there's 3 games left. You think we're going to need 40 points or thereabouts, I suspect, to be absolutely certain. Maybe 30 will give us a chance. I haven't looked to see who we're playing actually, but that matters as well, because obviously Bell Broughton, came up against Bell Broughton this week, who are top of the table and flying high. I'm not sure we've played Chadsley twice actually as well, so that might be one of the last.
So
games.
I mean, this is the thing that we're looking forward to. We want a Soccer Saturday style like relegation special.
I can see you in a Jeff Stelling role. That could be a
would
the cricket club go for that? Would they?
Kamara,
Yeah, Chris Kamara.
I didn't see it, Jeff. I didn't see. I don't know what's happened. I mean, I do occasionally just delete the pages by accident, don't I?
You do, yeah.
I am an amalgam of the two, really. So yeah, it's going to be. If it means you've got to play Chaddersley Corbett, then it is going to be exciting.
You target that one.
And I suppose, when you're playing Bell Broughton top of the pack, is that try and be competitive and take some points from it.
Minimise
everything. Every point's going to
Somebody
matter.
else is going to be playing Bell Broughton next week, or
Coombswood
or whoever. So you kind of think,
very true.
Yeah, that's going to be important.
Target your games. Yeah,
On to Div 3, Samwise.
Div 3, we'll crack into it. 71 from Ronnie Ball and 54 from Matthew Lowe saw Cookley chase down 243 and wrap up a 5-wicket win against Avencroft, whilst it was Mahmood 4 for 27 that teed things up very nicely for Feckenham's batters to chase down 227 with ease, as 3 of their top 4 scored 50, resulting in an 8-wicket win for them. Charlie Lawton took a quite unique triple wicket maiden for Himbleton. He was on a hat trick, didn't quite get it, then there was a dot. Then he got the 4-1 after that in their win over 5 ways old Edwardians. Hamad Mushtaq high scored with 81 for 5 ways, as they registered a pretty respectable 313, but Sean Jenkins matched that score and Matthew Gurr turned up as Himbledon chased it down in fine style, winning by 4 wickets in the end. Enfield staffs seem to do what they do every week and won quite comfortably by 8 wickets over Martley in a game that wasn't scored online. Who does that anymore? Come on.
You tell people that don't know how to use the system.
Someone's unplugged it.
They turn up to some of our games with these iPads and you throw, okay, you can show me how to use it.
Just get the old template out, it's easier with it.
There was one game this season they were doing it, I think it was at Rushwick, and we were scoring it and I was doing it for a bit and the whole thing crashed and you're like, right, what do we do now?
Yes, true.
And you have to then invent a scorecard in a paper book. God. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, no, true. Stick to the old stuff.
I'm very happy with new technology, but it's got to be reliable.
Yes, not quite solid just yet. No,
technology's great when it works.
When it works,
yes,
exactly.
Very true. Especially when there's points on the line. Valuable
points on the line
as well. Yeah. It was Craig Wood who led the way for Starport on 7 in their 8-wicket hiding of Brockhampton seconds after Matthew Dello had taken 5 for 50 to skittle their opponents for 162. Now, someone who has every right to be a pretty angry man this weekend is Benjamin Foster. He took 4 wickets and then scored a century in a losing cause for Droitwich Spa on Saturday. Old E scored 250 for 9 in their allotted overs, with 50s from Oliver Tibbets and Nathan Dobbins, before Nick Buckle recorded a 5-foot of his own to secure a thrilling 9-run victory. But yeah, Ben, Fozzie to the boys, I'm sure. I understand if you're upset, aggrieved, angry, I'd be exactly the same. So I send you all my best. And best of everyone from the show, I'm sure.
Yeah, what more can you do, Fozzer?
You got a sore back carrying all the boys and propping him up all day. And then gets let down by his mates. But yeah, that's a little roundup of Division 3.
So he did all that and got knelt for it. What a terrible shame. All right, let's start at the top. Sam, you know who's top. Everyone knows who's top. There's no point in mucking about. Enfield.
The staffs.
Yeah. 16 wins, 360 points, a 41-point gap to Old Elizabethan 2s. More importantly, it's a 60-point gap to Stourport on second 2s. Yeah. Promotion guaranteed for Enfield. And more power to them. They've been excellent, haven't they? All really season. So consistent. It's never really been in doubt. These chase for second spot, though. It's not just Stourport on 7. Himbleton, first. They're still in with a shout on 292. They'll have to go well to get there, but they're not out of things. At the other end of the table, Droitwich Bar seconds. Fozzie, you poor so-and-so. 116 points, still no win for them this season. We are all Droitwich Bar 2s. Worcester Nomads 2s, they're on 156, and those two feel a little bit cut adrift because Feckenham 1s now are on 192. Martley on 209 points. So it feels like this might be the first division really to have the promotion and relegation wrapped up.
It looks cut and dry-ish. Never speak too soon.
There's nothing so assertive as cut and dry-ish. Is there?
Kind of antithesis there, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, lovely stuff. So that's Div 3. On to Div 4.
Yeah.
That's me, isn't it? Right. Let's see if I can find it.
Come on, share the
I've
excitement.
just worked it out. You take it in turns then, do you?
This
Just
is it?
share the research
How good,
load.
see?
Yeah, I'm
It's
impressed.
a lot to do. When Jim went on holiday
Yeah.
one week, I was left with a lot of it. It was horrible.
Yeah.
8 divisions worth of trawling through scores and centuries and fifers and.
It's not all high end glamour, is it? There's a lot of administration.
For the love of the game, that's why we do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what a good bunch. Right, Div 4. Let's start with the Derby Day in Malvern. And it went very much with the form guide. Ben Evans hit an unbeaten 139 to set West Malvern 327 runs to win. The game was in the balance at 231 for 3. And last week's Mr. Brightsider, Mark Muck and Henry Jack, they both hit 71. But wickets fell in clusters and Malvern held on to record a 32-run win. So West Malvern's slide continues. Pershore 2s went big against Harborne. The Plums set a target of 360 thanks to Hart's centuries from Tahir, Raj and Singh. Skipper Stephen Mears refused to get a century though. He was out for 93. That's third or fourth this week.
It might be the third one.
Crept back in.
Yeah.
That feat was matched by Imran Khan, not that one, in Harborne's reply. He was out for 93 as well, as his side went the full gooch. They made 333. That always makes you chuckle. I'm doing my best to turn that into a
say
phrase.
The full gooch.
Sure.
Thank holiday Monday.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have a giggle.
Yeah, it is what
Heading
it is.
for the Oxford English Dictionary, I'm
Yeah.
sure that one, Jim.
It's this kind of linguistic capability that they hired me for.
We're going to use that. again at some
99%
point.
of the country will have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
But the 1% that watch this will go, well, it was
Yeah.
it was 333 against India.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Anyway, we didn't dwell on it, and that's the most important thing.
Enough
Right.
about gooches, come on. Let's get on. Let's get on.
Skipper Simon Burgess led from the front for Hagley, scoring 50 as his side set 219 for 9 against Greenwich 2s. The league leaders made a mockery of the chase, taking less than 30 overs to complete a 9-wicket victory. Worcester 2s bowled Old Vigorians out for 154, all 6 bowlers in the wickets. Josh Udi and Muhammad Ali, not that one, both made 50s in reply to record a 7-wicket win for Worcester. Romsey and Huntington dished out a proper hammering to Old Hills 2s. They asked them to chase 378. Old Hill fell a whopping 239 runs short. No scorecard uploaded though, so what would have been a tough read for some, they've dodged a bullet, so there's no bad thing. Finally, Clavely beat Tenbury Wells by 8 wickets. Jamie Greenwood took 4 for 43 as Tenbury were dismissed for 180. Clavely eased home thanks to half centuries from George Knock and William Fox Davis in an 8-wicket win. So what does that mean for the table, Sam? I'll tell you what it means.
I'm hoping that no one, that scorecard was unavailable, there was no good scores. If I'd got 100 or something and there was one week there wasn't a scorecard.
Could you imagine? It was a bit like
spitting feathers.
Let's send Suk
Yeah.
up with his mental
I'd say,
1939.
give me the numbers, I'll go and write it myself and make sure there's one done. And that's vain.
Just walking around with a sandwich
I'd be
board
so
through
angry,
town,
I'd be
wouldn't
so
you?
upset. A couple of those this week, people going faulty on the scorecards actually. People
Yeah.
get end of the season, people get a little bit lacklustre.
Just
for my
resent-
liking.
just
Stuart,
resent-
yeah.
Stuart Lampy won't be happy. There'll,
we know.
there'll be emails and
Very perturbed,
discretions.
Stuart. Yeah,
no, not
doesn't
good.
take much.
Someone's had a terrible time, they've just hit delete before
Yeah.
sending. It probably happens.
Sorry, boss. Yeah.
Right, to the table then. Redditch 2s lead the way. 14 wins, 319 points. Worcester 2s, second spot, 13 wins, 294 points. Harborne third, 12 wins, 282. Fourth, Pershore, 11 wins, 268. Still in with a sniff, but it's going to be tough for them. At the other end of things, Tenbury Wells, despite 5 wins from 19 games, which is a decent return for the bottom of the table side, bottom they remain, 159 points. West Malvern, their slide continues, below the dotted line on 170. Then Clavely, an important win for them. They're in 10th, 188. Hagley on 196. And although West Malvern are absolutely in range, just 18 points behind Clavely, they can't buy a win at the moment.
One win would change it, but they can't really get hold of one of them.
Momentum is a killer, isn't it? And it's been tough for them.
Certainly Tenbury, Jim. I think they've had back-to-back promotions, haven't they?
Yeah.
Last 2 years. So this is probably a good example. If you just, I don't think their team's changed very much because I was playing against them a few years ago. They were in Division 6, I think, where Kidderminster's third team was, and they were a really good side and winning every week. They picked up some players. Pretty much the same team though. Went straight through Division 5. And has found Division 4 a bit harder. So it's a good example of where you just have to kind of consolidate at your level, really, don't you, as well?
back-to-back promotions. I mean, that's a hardcore celebration, but the reality is, it's a tough season the next year.
I'd also say Tenbury, the best TikTok account in the Worcestershire League. I don't know if anybody's had a look.
We'll make a note of that.
Yeah, I'm not that I'm a TikTok aficionado, but it is something that's come to my attention. And they're a really good bunch of lads who've got a great sense of humour.
I'm
really
into that.
Kind of self-deprecating and taking a mickey out of each other.
You're more modern than me. TikTok,
on,
it intimidates me.
You can spell TikTok.
Probably not. It's got K's in it, isn't it?
Indeed it does. Don't worry about
T-I-K.
You've got a lot on your plate at the minute.
T-O-K.
Yeah.
You struggle with the media address, the email every
week, mate. I just look at you in desperation, don't I? There's 3 C's in a row. I can't keep up with that sort of pace. Right, what are we? Div 5?
Div 5. Let's
Bang it out.
Yeah. The tough run continues for Ashwood Bank. Their third team were on the wrong end of a 10-wicket piping from Stourbridge. They chased down 117 without skipping a beat. Harvington to 228 for 6 proved 55 too many for Barnt Green thirds. Our Elms top scoring with 65 first up in that one. Cutnell Green had a 50 from Shahid Ahmed and 24 not out from skipper Zab Hussain to thank as they played with fire on their way to a 2-wicket win over Harborne. Wickets were shared between all 6 bowlers as they earlier bowled Harborne out for 217. Hales Owen, they never looked in too much trouble after posting 270 against Coombs Will on Saturday. 3 scores of 40, including A. Jordan's 42 not out, and some other contributions along the way helped them. Jay Smith scored 50 in reply, but only 2 others made it into double figures as the wood fell well short. An unbeaten stand of 120 between A. Hart and M. Porter. I hate not having the first names. Doesn't sound quite right, does it?
Yeah.
But we unfortunately
I'm with you.
Can't do a lot more there. Saw Pedmore cruise past Bromyard by 6 wickets. The pair came together after earlier bowling Bromyard out for 207 with Hart 67 and Porter's 46 getting the job done. And then I finish off this week with a little bit of a thriller between Bewdley and Eastnor. Eastnor, one of the most gorgeous grounds in all of Worcestershire, absolutely stunning. Yeah. Just 2 runs separated the 2 sides. Austin Ball, he hit a century to steal the headlines at the top, but valiant contributions from Martin Carr, who scored 57, Jonathan Elmer scored 45, helped Bewdley to an impressive 272 from their 45 overs. In response, it couldn't have been much closer, with Cooper Hebbard's 85 breaking the back of the chase that went down to the final over, the second one this week. Needing 11 to win, Eastnor number 10, John T. Gatherer, managed 9. But he fell agonisingly short of a memorable victory as Eastnor went down by 2 runs in another thriller at the end. So yeah, fair play to John T, trying to gather it all in but couldn't quite get the job done.
Hey, I see what you've done there. Look,
Nice.
I love the use of piping as a verb for a good going over. That's like strong
good.
Tanya Harding vibes.
Good
there.
piping. Whoever that is. Yeah.
That's another reference.
Sorry. Yeah.
American ice skater, someone got a lead pipe across the knees pre-Olympics.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, high drama.
Okay,
Anyway,
fair. Well,
also
appropriate high drama for sure.
into that piping.
Yeah.
Right, tables. We're going to start with that classic because that was a big one. So Eastnor, who have been in a really good run of form, that was a painful defeat for them, and I'll tell you for why. So Cutnell Green lead the way. They're top, 15 wins, 341 points. Hales Owen threes, 15 wins, 335 points. Eastnor were leading the chasing pack. So losing that game has really put paid to their chances of promotion. They're on 13 wins, 306 points, so 29 points the difference. And you feel that could be a telling blow.
Could be fatal.
Because, I mean, look, Hales Owen and Cutnell Green just win games of cricket, don't they?
Cutnell Green are another one, Jim. They were in Division 6 last year, so this would be a back-to-back promotion, I think. I played against them twice last year, actually. They're some really good cricketers. Really good cricketers. It's a small village, isn't it? Just outside Droitwich. Not a great ground, but goodness me, they've got some guys who absolutely whack it.
Yeah. You see it with a lot of sports. Back-to-back promotions are getting closer quite common because you just get used to winning. There's a mentality. It's really important.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Remembering how to win is important, and when we get to that point, we're going to drop to the bottom of the table. So Bromyard 2s, bottom of the pack, 147 points, 3 wins for them. Barnt Green 3s, 6 wins, 195 points. Ashwood Bank, as you're saying, difficult for Kidderminster, difficult year for Ashwood Bank as well. Their 3s are just above the dotted line on 207 points. Bewdley 2s on 220. Right, to Division 6. My safe space, my safe place.
Favourite league,
Right, Alverley continue their promotion charge with a proper routing of kiddie 3s. Oliver and Holt started well enough. Kidderminster were 38 for 1, but that's as good as it got. They soon became 74 all out. Jacob Carr took 3 for 3 in 7 overs. He's had quite a regular name drop on this show. The chase was over mercifully quick, though, in an 8-wicket win for the league leaders. So, I mean, for Kiddie 3s, see Kiddie 2s, is it a similar sort of thing?
I mean, the first thing I'd say, Jim, is a quick game's a good game, isn't it?
In that situation,
I think they were done by kind of before 3 o'clock. So, again, plenty of time to go and do something else with your Saturday. Real availability problem. The team that played were basically the 4th team, really, because we were kind of missing a whole team of people higher up the club. James Holt, batting number 3, former Lancashire seconds, parent to Katie Holt and Adam Holt, who was there just as a dad, roped in. Really good cricketer, James is. We could do with him playing a bit more, but he's sciatica, I think, is his excuse.
That's a pretty solid excuse. Come on, Holt, so forget about it. Come and get your pads on.
But yeah, tough day at the office. Aaron, the captain, wasn't around this week either, so Ian Sadler was the captain. And I guess they were happy to bat first and not have to kind of bowl and potentially chase leather for 400 odd, which
no fun toiling
would have happened when you Alveley having a great season, aren't they? I mean, what a club actually. I don't know if anyone of you guys have been out to Alveley, new ground. I think they've been there several years now, but fantastic facilities. Another club with a really strong all-star section. I think Chris Jones was saying last week, wasn't he, about
him and Luke Deeprose.
Yeah, you could just see them kind of back to back. Maybe tip Alveley to have a look next year in Division 5. They're a strong side with some good players. So,
there you are. Your bank holiday bet for odds here, yeah. Outsiders next year. Keep an eye on them.
I like it. Tips for next year. I'm into it. Right. Where are we? Cole 2's hot on the heels. After defending 238 for 9 with ease, Bell Broughton 2s were dismissed for 174 in reply. Michael Strong hit 79 for Colwell. Tom Meany taking 4 wickets for Bell Broughton in that one. Burkill, Tillington and Weebly 3s kept their hopes of promotion alive after defending 171. Sabir took 5 for 23 as Himley 3s were bowled out 10 runs short of BTW. Gilela took 4 for 27 for Jack Lewis's men. Old Elizabethan 3s are run machines in this league. Armani hit 178 in a total of 397 for 7. Grant, Adams, Tipper and Hill all made scores for Rushwick 2s, who were dismissed for 326. Armani took 5 wickets in that one as well. 178 and 5 wickets. Ring a bell, anyone?
I'd be damning.
Ding,
it.
ding. Elsewhere, Cookhill were on fire against Hanley Castle and Upton. Lawyer Firm alert. Smith, Stanley and Horton hit half centuries to set a total of 289. HCU fell well short. Zach Smith followed up his 50 with a 5-for in a 160-run win. Stourbridge 3s capitalised by beating Bromsgrove 3s by 76 runs. Opener Mohammed Farouk starred with a bat, making 123. Bromsgrove didn't get close to the victory target despite Dan Duffy's 76. And that's Div 6. Division 6 table.
Blow the klaxon. Another week.
Yeah, I tell you what, you've collapsed like a flan in a cupboard here, Sammy. I need to pump you back up with a bit of energy.
I was just relaxing more but I just like actually listening to what's going on.
He's saving his energy for his golf.
I'm a kinesthetic.
You're starting to zone in. You've looked at the clock. It's gone 2 o'clock.
Yeah, this isn't true.
Come on.
I'm a kinesthetic learner. I need to see what I need to do. I need to hear and see. So I like to have a little peek at your screen while you read things out.
Okay, mate. No biggie, no worries. Right. Well, Alveley, as you can see, Sam, is still top of the pile. 15 wins, 332 points, but do you know what? It's tight at the top. Colwall 2s, 330 points, 2 points separate them. BTW will not give up. 294 points. They need a miracle, but they keep finding wins. But we feel like we know who's going up, but who's going up as champions? 2 points in it.
We're going the distance there, aren't we, I think?
Superb stuff. We haven't checked the fixtures. I hope they're playing each other last game. That'd be saucy.
Live show, we'll be going to watch there.
Oh, if we were going to do a live show, that's where you do it, right?
Title decider.
Bottom end of things, really big result for Stourbridge 3s as Hanley Castle and Upton lost. We know Kidderminster, bottom of the pile, 93 points. Bromsgrove, 132 points. The direction of travel for them has been decided already. Hanley Castle and Upton have had some all-right form of late, but defeat for them and a win for Stourbridge, well, it's a long way back from here, you feel. Hanley Castle 183, Stourbridge 209, and when you're at the bottom end of things and you're needing wins, They're running out of time, aren't they? But there we are.
Pretty unforgiving, isn't it? 3 teams going down as well. There's not a lot of room for error down there.
No, really isn't.
The only thing I'd
as you
say
go into the
about
regionals.
this division, guys, there's some long trips in there. Colwall, BTW away is a good, it's a good 3-hour round trip.
Is it?
Yeah, from Kidderminster. Yeah, it's a trek. It's the other side of Hereford. It's a beautiful ground, really lovely ground. There's like a farmer's field next door with a big barn where they ring a bell and the cows come all for feeding at about 5 o'clock, so just into the second innings. Beautiful place to play, but it's a road trip. It's a day out.
Proper day out.
And Colwall's obviously a bit of a trek as well from the north of Worcestershire. So in terms of getting relegated, you never want to get relegated, but getting relegated out of a division
into
with some
regional.
long trips into a slightly more regional, there are plus sides.
Hey, look, you know, as your life priorities change, your experiences of cricket and how you want to enjoy it will change as well. Like, I'm all into a short journey. That's fine with me.
I used to love an away. See, I prefer an away trip when I was a bit younger. Because you always go with the older boys, or you go on a bus or whatever. So you got that like whole day out of the house. Great. Whereas now I'd be a bit something. I'd want to get back and get stuck into some beer somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Look, we know how you like to go about your business, Samwise.
Speaking of business.
Yeah. Any other business? That, my friend, is a segue. Hey, check you out. Right. We didn't mention it in Div 2, so it's another Bullo special. But we mentioned Alex Ellsworth's 5 for Coomwood's Div 2, sorry. But Bilal Shafkat, in that game, was wicketless with the ball. But I wanted to share the bowling figures.
The numbers.
The digits, mate.
Oh,
he bowled 10 overs.
Show us the digits.
8 of which were maidens. He went for 9 runs.
So
1 over went for 2 overs went for 9 runs.
Yeah.
So he was 48, a minimum of 48 dots, 6 overs, 8 overs, 48 dots. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty good going, isn't it?
10 overs. Do you reckon he's just landing it on the same spot over and over, like lay the handkerchief out? And
I reckon he's bowling about a foot outside off stump, Yorkers, pretty slow, with a packed offside fields, and actually you can't get it past.
But the thing is that if you sometimes you just find yourself with someone who's having a bad day, middle or lower order, who just can't get a bat on anything, or can't get it off the square, or can't pierce the field.
Yeah.
But doing it over 10 overs, having 5 overs for nothing is doable. But 10 overs
hammer it down.
is also, I'm going to call it's a bit boring.
From the batter?
No, from the bowler.
No, it's not. It's great.
Doing his job. Doing his job. Think of the pressure that's building at the other end as well. You're blocking it out from him.
That's a skipper's mindset.
Somebody's got to score a run.
Stood at first slip, you just carry on wheeling away, mate. No problem.
I'd be thinking, someone's got to score a run, otherwise we're going to get bowled out for 40 or something if we're not careful. Get a few runs, so at least we can get...
Alex Ellsworth with a Michelle Pfeiffer could well be because his mate at the other end's keeping it tight. But I just say, if he just keeps missing off, just put one on the pegs.
Yeah, just make one.
Just outside off, play a miss.
Outside
off, play a miss. Stick one on the pegs. Well, I don't know, but look, that's impressive. Well bowled.
Yeah.
Right, on to Mr. Brightsider. This is where we like to give one of you lot your own height insider if you've had a tricky afternoon of it, courtesy of our good friends at Western Cider.
Yeah.
Look, Fozzie, Droitwich.
A really
4 wickets in a century, and they still got beaten. They haven't won this season.
No, and he got them as close as he possibly could have done, all on his own. A great effort, very valiant effort.
I mean, do we give it to Benny Foster, or do we go another way?
We give it to Fozzie, or we give it to someone else who's going through a bit of a turbulent time at the minute.
Here's the thing: we feel a little bit guilty.
I do feel bad.
You know. BSP, like we're a force for good. We try and be kind folk. Sometimes we get excitable and we might make fun of you.
Yep.
Sometimes we feel like we might have some sort of major detrimental effect to your well-being.
This is true. Yeah.
So we don't know if this is true, but we will say this.
Yeah.
Elliot Hennessy, there's a case of cider in it for you, mate. Have your heightened cider on us. We wish you better fortune next Saturday.
It's coming.
But I think this week's Mr. Brightsider, courtesy of our good friends at Western Cider, I think it's got to go to Elliot Hennessy.
I think he needs something to take the edge off. Get set, go again this week. Well, we've got 3 games left. 4 games left. There's a big score right there. I can feel it.
Yeah, I like it. Positively, we're going to manifest it into being. Come on, Elliot. Come on. Mr. Brightsider, it's you. Good on you, mate. God bless you. Stay safe. Right, on to contractual obligations, and I'm going to call it now. This is going to be an absolute mess, but we're going to try.
Yes.
As you know, we're in the middle of Metro Bank fever. Worcestershire, second in their group, locked in for a potential quarter-final spot. We're recording this on the bank holiday Monday, so if you are watching/listening to this before Tuesday, get yourself down to the Worcester New Road for Tuesday against Surrey.
Yes.
Wear blue for Bakes. It's going to be a cracking day.
Quality, really good.
It should be a good game as well. A chance for Worcester to finish top.
Well, there's a chance to potentially bypass the quarterfinal and go straight into a home semi, which would be massive. To save another day, the rest of their legs. Albeit we're qualified either way, so we're going to be having another game at some point. It's just when, where, who, what, how, all those other permutations.
So
no one knows yet.
After the Surrey game on Tuesday, if Gloucestershire finish top, we've got a quarter-final, most likely here on Thursday. If Hampshire beat Gloucestershire and we win against Surrey, we could end up finishing top and go straight through to the semi-final on Saturday. So come down to visit Worcestershire New Road either Tuesday if you've got time, Thursday if it happens, or Saturday if it happens.
I think it's Sunday, actually.
Is it Sunday?
I think
Sunday.
So. I think it's
we
Sunday.
think it's Sunday.
Yeah.
You see how confident we are. The ECB have nailed this.
Just going to be here every day and just be ready every day.
Long story short, we could be playing on a Thursday or a Saturday or a Sunday, maybe. Get on that their interweb they have now. Get online. The ticketing for the Metrobank Cup has been really generous. 10 quid a ticket for adults, 1 quid for kids. Whether it's been set fair might be a little bit iffier this week, but we'll see.
Potentially. Atmosphere's been great. Turnout's been really good. It's been a really enjoyable competition.
Worcestershire are going well. Really strong side this year. Youngsters are firing. Great attendances. Good match day experience. Good ticketing prices, even with the hospitality as well. So get online, have a little look. If you can, if the fixtures make sense to you by the time you've heard/seen this, come and get involved.
Try.
Yeah. We can only do what we can do, but we're here for you. So come and get involved. Right, that was long-winded, wasn't it? And there's just one thing left to do, mate.
Best part of the episode.
Yeah. As you know, this wonderful little show is ably supported by the Lamb and Flag in Worcester, one of the finest boozers you'll find. And what they've done is they've very kindly furnished us with some very snazzy headgear for the sartorially elegant amongst you. Individually labelled per episode, episode 15, cap 15, and it's my pleasure. And I said the most professional guest we've had by quite some way. Simon Trickett from Kidderminster Golf Club. God bless you, sir. Have
Thank
you.
Cheers, Kidderminster Golf Club. Yeah, good work.
There we go.
Make it a bit bigger. Very good. Yeah, thank you.
He was very cautious about how big he made it before he gave it to you. I will say that. In your defence.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate you. You don't want to guess. You don't want to guess another man's.
Boss happy.
You don't want to guess another man's head size. I don't know what that means. And on that note, in amongst the chaos of bank holiday, I've got to go home and think about my life choices. Simon's got to go on holiday. You're going to go and play golf. Whatever you're doing this bank holiday, do it well, gang, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace.